They are having the cultural festival tonight. All right, so time for my guest here in studio, and I'll welcome her. Karibu sana, Wacekhe.
I bet.
I like to say hi to my guests. You know, it's the African thing to do.
Yeah.
Wacekhe Nduati is the CEO of Centonomy.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Betty.
So we'll be discussing how to survive the festive season because it's just imminent.
Yes.
Just like 2 weeks away, and then we're into it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But first of all, maybe you can just briefly tell us about Centonomy so that people understand, you know, the background.
What we basically do at Centonomy, and I started it because of my own personal challenges and learnings about money, we teach people how to create wealth. And we do this through a couple of programs. We believe people should start when they are young. So we work with
as young as
teenagers.
All right.
So we work with teenagers so they can start understanding what are the principles behind money. We work with university students through our Campus Edition program because I don't think you have to wait till you're 30 or 40 or 50 to actually create wealth because they have the benefit of time. So we show them how to use their time, how to use their skills so they can get rich young.
Yeah. And the kids of these days, you know, are liquid when they're young and not like maybe us.
Yes. And there's a lot they can actually do. So the Campus Edition, apart from just managing money, also instills a lot of entrepreneurship in them. And then we also work with people who are working because, as you know, one day you don't have an income, you lose your job or your business is not working out as expected. What do you have? So we teach them how to use the income that you're currently getting through your work to be able to build the wealth or to build the assets that can sustain your lifestyle. So in essence, what Centonomy is about teaching you to create wealth. We firmly believe everybody should be creating wealth.
All day,
everybody.
And
we have different gifts and different skills. So it's about putting that together, packaging and understanding what is your unique way that you can actually do this.
Very interesting. Very interesting. You can learn more about Centonomy. Just Google up.
Centonomy.com. You can go to centonomy.com and all the details are
Everything
there.
is there. All right, speaking about the details, so let's get straight into this. So the festive season is here. Time for people to spend some cash, have a good time. And so we have like a few pointers, about 5 of them. And Wacekhe is going to be taking us through them. And this is the first one, that you actually don't have to do it all. Why? It's Christmas.
I know, but first of all, we've got to understand the fact that it's Christmas is not a surprise. You know, we treat Christmas like an emergency, like we never saw it coming, and every year we're in the same position. So there's a lot of social expectation, not just for Christmas, but in life in general. And this is where people are getting money wrong. It's about pleasing other people. It's about being seen to adhere to a certain social status, to be seen with the in crowd, to be seen to have the latest. So people are getting poorer by trying to do it all. So you don't have to, and anytime you think that you're trying to make yourself do everything, just understand that's a fast road towards poverty.
So when you said do it all, so it means that you cannot, you cannot decide you're going to go for a vacation, then you come back and hold several parties. Or what do you mean?
So you don't have to go for every concert, every vacation, hold parties for everyone, appear at every bar. So just prioritize and really ask yourself, what are the areas or what are the activities that are actually important? What are the rest that I'm honestly doing it for fear of missing out or for other people? And just say, imagine it's okay. It's okay not to be able to do everything.
Interesting. Coming out to the second point, know what you can and can't afford. This is about making the decision. I think for anyone watching this, and if this is important to you, it's about making the decision that you don't want January to be a crisis. So if you've decided that, understand if you're going to spend money in a way that puts you in debt, you can't afford it. If it's going to put you in a financial crisis, you can't afford it. If it's going to ensure your kids cannot go to school, you can't afford it. If it leaves zero... What if I can take a loan comfortably to do those?
You can take a loan, but taking a loan to enjoy is a bad decision because you borrow the money, you borrow 50,000 shillings, and because of the interest you pay 70,000 shillings. It is a bad decision.
Interesting. Pay bills in advance. This is very interesting and very important.
Yes, it is. This is a period where people sometimes are paid bonuses or the December salary comes in early. And what people find is there's a lot of money in their account, so they go on a spending spree. What are the important things? Your rent, your school fees, your food.
And is this for December or is it for January,
February? For January. Like if you're in a job, your next salary after mid-December is going to be the end of January. So pay everything in advance, and what you leave in the account, at least you'll know that is the money I can spend, but you're not going to be out on the streets.
All right, so it includes fees, rent, shopping for the house.
Consumption, food, electricity, car insurance, just pay everything up front. So at least you know my basics are at least covered.
Interesting. Yeah. Moving on to the, is it fourth point?
Yes.
Yeah, so there you go. Well, there you have it.
Okay.
Celebrate within your means. Yeah. But it's Christmas.
Yes.
And we all want to do something. We want to like have a goat eating party here. We want to do like something else, surprise our family members with gifts and everything. Why so many limitations? Can't we just, you know...
So it's up to you to decide what within your means means here and what you'll do to get within your means. But this is actually the point where there's good news. It's actually create a spending plan for your Christmas.
Right.
So we understand there's a bit more spending on Christmas because we spend time with family, we spend time with friends, but create a spending plan. Say, these are the things I'm going to do. What am I going to do? What are the gifts going to cost me? What is a party going to cost me? If I'm going on holiday, what is it going to cost me? Anything that exceeds your income, just back to the other point, you can't afford it. Then you can decide, I want to do more. This is the Christmas I wanted to do more. I think it's time we take responsibility. If your income is not matching up, what are you going to do about it? Are there some things you can do to also make money?
All right, to make money.
To make
money.
But
in this season, can you really make money?
Well, if you're in advertising, you can, or you can find gifts. You can actually start a small business of saying, I'm going to actually do gifts for people, help people gifts. So just be creative and say, can you actually make a bit of money? And that same skill you can use next year to continue making a little bit of extra money.
A little bit of extra money. January does exist.
Yes.
Yeah. So January always feels like a monster after Christmas and all the extreme parties, and then January is here.
Because we forget January exists. We're so caught up in celebrating, but January is coming. And because I've already talked about the other points, the point I want to emphasize here, how is this January going to be different from the other January? We don't take the time in this period to actually say, what are my plans for next year? What is my vision for next year? What are my goals? What am I actually going to do differently? What are the things that are important to me? And start making the plans. So this is just challenging people. Make a plan before January. So when January comes, you're not caught unawares and you're like, I don't know what to do. I have no money. But you do have a goal.
And finally, Wacekhe, so let's say January is here and we've been able to, survive through it. What are the things that somebody can do so that, the next holiday season, they're not caught up in the same, place where, they have to kind of like struggle with all these celebrations?
I think it's about thinking ahead and starting to be intentional. And Betty, I'll give you my own experience that I learned. 300 shillings a day is 108,000 shillings a year. 300 shillings a day, people spend it on airtime, they're spending on lunch, they're spending on coffee, they spend it on a drink. So it's little money can add up. If you had started in January with 300 bob a day, you'd have over 100,000 shillings that you can go on holiday, that you can celebrate, that you can save without having to actually borrow.
Just 300 shillings. Just 300 I had not even thought about it
so
like that.
Creating wealth is really about, and that's what we teach in all our Centonomy classes, just being intentional and use what you have. It may be after work, I can do something that makes me the 300 bob. It adds up.
Interesting. So you had it. So do not be stuck, in some debts come January. Interesting conversation there. Wacekhe, thank you very much for your time.
For having me.
Google about Centonomy. Get to learn more about how you can create wealth. I like creating wealth, not how to spend money.
You create wealth. Whether you're a teenager, whether you're in university, whether you're working, wealth is what will work, what will sustain you during Christmas, and what works when you're not working. So we're in the business of helping you multiply your resources.
Multiply the resources. Thank you very much. Wacekhe Nduati from Centonomy. She is the CEO there. She was our Friday guest. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much, Betty.